Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Night of Hope benefit for Resolve. Please welcome your co-hosts, Chloe Milas and Calais Stewart.
Hey, Chloe, do you have the Zoom link?
Wait, what? A Zoom link? I thought you had the Zoom link.
No.
Wait a second. Is that
Oh my God.
people?
Oh my God. People?
I did not know. What do we do?
I thought that we were hosting this virtually.
I'm in my pajamas.
I mean, it makes sense. Everything is on Zoom right now, right? Okay, what do we do?
You guys look so great
We're
and
just
amazing.
gonna say hi to you guys. Hi.
Hi.
From virtual land to real people land. All right.
Okay, we have to go get ready because clearly we are not in the right outfits.
I agree. But first, ladies and gentlemen, an introduction.
Yes.
The Night of Hope is back, baby. And to get things started, please welcome to the stage Resolve's President and CEO, Barb Calora.
Woo!
Don't lie, the world you're living in. Take a look around.
Okay, so nobody told me the background, what my walk-up music. If you know me, you know I'm from Minnesota and I love Prince, so that was awesome. Thank you very much. All right, well, hello everyone. All right, I need those orange pajamas. Anybody else? I think we're all gonna be on Amazon tonight ordering orange pajamas. I am so grateful that we are back in person this year, and I just want to take a moment to thank everyone and every company that has supported Resolve over the last 2 years when we did our virtual Night of Hope Gala in 2020 and 2021. But we also have a virtual option here tonight. We are not leaving it totally behind. Right now, there are people watching from home. Yes, hi Mom, hi Tony. And while we are having dinner, they are gonna get some special interviews and inside scoop on what's happening here in the room. So we're really excited about that. I wanna thank Co-Fertility and Pregnatish because they are our in-kind sponsors and our media sponsors for supporting our live stream here tonight. I hear there's still lots of chatter. Lots of people are excited to see each other. That is awesome. I want to just draw your attention, though, if everyone could just pause for one moment. We have a very special moment tonight. The infertility community and the Resolve community lost a very special person earlier this year, former Resolve board member, and he was also the board chair, Bob Lederer. Bob loved Resolve, and he also loved Night of Hope. After our 2010 Night of Hope, Bob tracked down my colleague at Resolve, Rebecca Flick, who puts this event on, and he said to her, "I don't know how you'll top this next year." And Rebecca's response was, "Challenge accepted." And so every year, Bob and Rebecca would meet up and discuss if she had in fact met his challenge. When we heard of Bob's passing, honestly, we were so saddened and just really devastated because he has been such a big figure in this space for so many years. And he loved Resolve and he loved our mission so very, very much. So we're honored to have Bob's family here tonight, and we are unveiling Bob's seat at Night of Hope. Because Bob, you will always have a seat at Night of Hope. We asked some of Bob's closest friends in this space to help us recognize this special moment, and we're so grateful for donations from Jim Knowles, Bob Christ, Ravi and Michelle Gala, and others. And you too can honor Bob and his legacy with a donation to Resolve tonight. On behalf of our board of directors and our staff, we want to thank the Lederer family for being here tonight and for allowing us to honor Bob in such a special way. So thank you. Tonight is an opportunity to celebrate our honorees and raise funds for Resolve, but that doesn't happen without our generous sponsors. Gonna say this, but no one ever listens, so I'm asking you to hold your applause until the end, but some of you just wanna just shout it out. But I wanna just thank a few people here, so just bear with me. Our reception sponsors, Cooper Surgical and CCRM. Our Hope Award sponsors, EMD Serono, Faring Pharmaceutical, Organon, Progeny, and US Fertility. All right, now you can get the applause out. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So now I'm gonna ask some folks in the room to please stand, and please stay standing until I'm done, and then we'll give our applause to everyone. So, we're gonna have some house lights up so we can see who's standing. Will the members of the Board of Directors of Resolve, will you please stand? Will the members of Resolve's Physicians Council, many of whom are here tonight, would you please stand? If you are an employee of a company who is on our corporate council, and the slide is going to come up of who that is, we would like all of you to please stand. And then we had 2 virtual galas in 2020 and 2021. If you were somebody who was honored with an award, would you also please stand so that we can give everybody a huge round of applause, and thank you. Whoa, look who cleaned up from her orange PJs. Very nice. It's so nice to have you here.
Good to be here.
Well, we get to give out an award, actually, you and me, before dinner.
Feels like the Oscars.
Yeah, well, you know, this is just giving you a little taste of what it's going to be like after dinner when we get the whole awards going. So the best part about Night of Hope, I think, is when we notify the awardees. You were one of them. You got an award during one of our virtual galas. When I hit send on that email that says, "Congratulations, you won an award," people are just so thrilled. They're so full of gratitude. They're really just like so surprised. And I always am impressed by that, but I'm always thinking, well, they're doing so much, you know, and so it's really a wonderful thing I get to do. But our awardees, they are providing services in their communities, they're raising awareness, they're opening access to care, they're really reaching people in need in our community. So the Hope Award honorees are truly what we call the power of the swirl, just like our Night of Hope tagline. So our first honoree, don't you think? She just exudes that power, the power of the swirl. Oh my God, this room is gonna be full. It's gonna be totally full. So let's get to it. The Hope Award for Social Influence is our host, co-host tonight, Calais Stewart. Has she changed from her pajamas? It's the video. So let's do that. Let's watch the video.
Yes, her face is familiar. That's because we've enjoyed the work of actor and writer Gala Stewart in Chicago Med, All-American, Guess Who, Hot Tub Time Machine, and the upcoming Netflix comedy Obliterated. Her impactful work doesn't end on film and TV screens, however. Gala is a self-proclaimed egg advocate who created Warrior Wednesdays, a live Instagram talk show. After preserving her fertility, Gala made it her mission to create a platform where physicians, celebrity guests, such as Niecy Nash and Danielle Brooks, and passionate patients gather weekly to have transparent and often emotional conversations. As a woman of color, Gala addresses communities often left out of the national conversation of infertility, while debunking myths surrounding Black and brown men and women facing challenges to build families. She proudly shared her own egg freezing journey in the 2021 OWN Network documentary, Eggs Over Easy. In 2022, Gala was one of the official celebrity partners to flip the switch and turn the Empire State Building orange in honor of infertility awareness everywhere. For giving voice to those with a story to share, a tragedy to heal, and a miracle to give hope, Resolve honors Gala Stewart.
Gala, it is such an honor to share this stage with you tonight. But for now, the stage is all yours. Please come up and accept your award.
Run the world, girls. Run the world, girls. Run the world, girls. Run the world, girls. Run this mother. Run this mother. Run this mother. Run this mother. Run the world, girls. Run the world, girls. Run the world.
Girls do run the world, so thank you for that amazing intro, Barb. And Chloe, Rebecca, and I have to give honorable mention to board member Nichelle Polston, who introduced me to Resolve. I would like to thank everyone at Resolve for welcoming me into this community. I did not think I was going to get this emotional, but I also did not think that freezing my eggs would bring me to this place. I never expected to go public about it. But when I learned how much Black and brown families were struggling, sometimes 3 times as more, in the infertility space, through fibroids, endometriosis, PCOS, adenomyosis, just to name a few, and I noticed that we did not get the national stage and recognition for our journeys in the same way. So it became my mission to speak unapologetically to Black doctors, to Black females, Black males, whomever identified in whatever way, about their journey so that they felt seen, they felt heard, and they know that they matter. Tonight, Resolve, you have made me know that I matter, that my journey is delayed but not denied, that I have support from everybody in this room, and that one day, hopefully, I will be a mom. And when I am, I will tell my daughter or my future son about this night where my parents sat in this audience, my parents that helped me freeze my eggs, my mother, Mama Stu, as I lovingly called her, who gave me every injection while we laughed and while we cried, saying to the doctor, you know, if this procedure was happening in my day, Gala's ass would still be frozen. Well, Mama Stu, I didn't just freeze my eggs for myself. I did it for you. Because in that statement, what you showed me is that women before me didn't have these opportunities. And so it is my mission to make sure I spread the news to everyone that will listen loud and clearly that we do have options. And so tonight, I graciously accept this award from Resolve. Again, I thank you all for thinking of me, for welcoming me into this community, and I promise to never shut up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, before you leave, wait, Kalei. I just want you to just see them without the pajamas. So now these lovely, lovely ladies, and they are gonna be with you all night. We're just so honored to have both of you here tonight, emceeing Night of Hope. When we invited both of them to do this, it was like a half a second. Yes, yes, yes. And they have loved meeting each other and getting to know each other, and we love making connections as well. So this night is gonna be amazing. Thank you both so much. You're busy, you're hugely successful women, lots on your plates, and the fact that you're here is amazing. Kalei came 3,000 miles away. She's producing shows right now, all kinds of things going on. Chloe, you've been a little busy doing some major CNN interviews, and I just, on behalf of the entire Resolve community, we're in awe of both of you and your commitment to our community and our cause. Thank you, thank you. And they will be back, I promise. But I hope they're not gonna come back in the PJs. So before we move to dinner, I promise just one more minute. I hear the pumpkin ravioli is worth the wait, so just hold on. So let's remind ourselves that while tonight is a celebration, there is something bigger happening behind these walls. Throughout the night, we'll be asking you to be the power behind the swirl. The Resolve swirl, that's our logo, signifies the never-ending impact of our mission and the growing needs of everyone who struggles to build their family. We all know what could be at stake as we enter 2023 and beyond. So tonight, we need you to help us reach our goal. Tonight, our goal is $500,000. I have some good news though. Guess what? We've already raised $469,000. So, can we do it? Can we get to 500,000? Can we all just agree? We are gonna do this. So, you're gonna be able to, all night long, and all of you at home, be able to donate. You can monitor our progress and watch your donation on the screens. We're gonna have, you should be getting information and text on how to do that. We're gonna send you reminders throughout the night. So, we can do this. We can blow that $500,000 right off the ceiling. Enjoy your dinner, and I will be back, or somebody will be back with an update on how we're doing on our fundraising. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
Hey, shout out to all of you who are out there right now fighting to become parents. We at the Spasmatics organization know that Resolve is there to help and support you, fighting alongside of you. So listen, let's let the ladies rock out to this one. Come on, ladies. You know you want to rock out tonight. Let's do it! On the drums. Say what? Stuart on the bass. See the people walking down the street, falling in line just watching on their feet. They don't know where they wanna go, but they're walking in time. They got the beat, they got the beat, they got the beat. Yeah, they got the beat. To the bass guitar. See the kids all getting off of school. They can't wait to hang out and be cool. Hang around the corner at the one. That's why we fall in line. 'Cause we got the beat. Kids got the beat. Kids got the beat. Kids, yeah. Kids got the beat. All right. Here we go, set. Turn it up. Throw your music, really makes us dance. You do the tango, it puts us in a trance. You do the twist, just give us a chance. That's why we fall in line. We got the beat, we got the beat, we got the beat. Yeah, we got it. Come on, y'all. We got the beat. Sing it louder. We got the beat. We got the beat. Everybody can us see. We got the beat. 'Cause we know you can dance to the beat. We got the beat. You jump out, you can tell. Round and round and round. Woo! We got the beat. 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 Yeah. Rock.
To the Night of Hope live stream. We are here in New York City at Capitol, actually where I had my wedding reception, fun fact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, it's been like a minute. So I'm like having like major like vibes and reminiscing right now. So it's like kind of amazing. And my husband is at home watching this. So like, we should renew our vows. Anyway, talk about that later. So we are so excited, and tonight we're going to be doing special interviews, and you guys are going to have all that access that they don't get inside the ballroom.
They don't get to see all the fun things that we do back here. And you guys are probably in your pajamas where we just were, but then we had to change it up a little bit to, give you a little bit of sauce for the online content. Now, Chloe, it has been so great. Like getting to know you, talking with you, coming up with bits for tonight.
And you bought those awesome pajamas. We wore like these orange pajamas to kick off the night. That
Well,
was
because
fun.
it's been over 2 years since Resolve had a Night of Hope in person, and because everything is done virtually, like we're doing here with you guys tonight, we almost thought we were going to host virtually. But we are here. Chloe, you and I have very different fertility stories, but we both believe in the power of telling those stories.
Yes.
That's why we're going to be interviewing tonight.
Look, I never thought that I would become the story, that I would be the one talking about my journey, my life. I've always been the one interviewing other people about their own lives, their own journeys. So, it's been such a journey to be so vulnerable, but it has been a wildly amazing ride, and I've learned so much. And I've shared, in case you don't know, that I went through IVF multiple times to start my family. And I am lucky. I have these 2 little boys, but again, it's the journey that matters and the people that I've met along the way, and I've learned so much, and I just want to share that knowledge with everyone. By the way, since I'm a celebrity entertainment reporter for CNN, I want to point out about Jennifer Aniston sharing her story about going through IVF.
Yeah, and I was on the Sherry Shepherd show today as well with you, Chloe, talking about the Jennifer Aniston story, talking about her IVF journey. One of the things that I mentioned this morning, and I'll mention here tonight, is that it really reflected for me how much shame and judgment we put on people when we don't know their whole story. Sometimes when people get married, right away the next question is, when are you going to have a baby? For me, someone that's frozen their eggs, people always ask me, well, when are you going to defrost them? Have you ever thought about using a sperm donor? And some of those questions can be really triggering. I have to give it to Jennifer Aniston for really keeping her journey and her peace to herself, protecting herself while she was going through it. But let it be a lesson that we have to often know and be mindful that we don't know everybody's story.
Sorry, I have like fuzz on my face or like glitter or like a sparkle or something like that. But yes, back to Jennifer Aniston, who, by the way, her father passed away today. I felt so bad about reading that, and our thoughts go out to her.
Yes.
But yes, it just goes to show that you never know what the real story is. And sometimes it's better to just be a good listener instead of asking all the questions. And I have learned that too throughout my job. So let's get started. The first interviewee of the night. I am so excited because I recently just met this woman. We have become friends. I love her. She has amazing fashion sense. When you guys see what she's wearing tonight, I mean, she is Oscar red carpet ready. Her name is Risa Levine, and there's even a Resolve Award named after her. Welcome.
Hello.
Congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
Hi, Chloe.
All right, so we have so much to discuss. All right, are we all in the frame? Are we all good? Okay, so Risa, you're not mic'd up, so I'm gonna.
No,
do you
I
wanna
need
give
your,
her your
I need
mic?
your mics.
Okay.
Why don't you take mine?
Okay. All right. So, Risa, we have 5 special questions for you tonight. Okay.
Ooh,
so
is
imagine
this a test? Do I get graded on this?
It's like rapid fire questions. Don't worry, they're not too hard. Okay. So, listen, the Infertility Club, you've said, is the best club that you've ever had the opportunity to join. And I would love for you to share a little bit about your story and what led you to Resolve, and also like what you do for Resolve, all the great work.
So,
But keep it brief. No.
exactly. I do agree with you. The reason it's such a good club is because everybody who has gone through infertility either had compassion before, but they develop such awareness of what their own suffering is and what other people's suffering is, and they share and they're kind and they listen and they support, and the mutual love and support that women all over the world, men too, but it's a different conversation then. But the connection that we have, it's so automatic that we know each other's pain, and we listen to each other and we support each other. And it just, I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for the women that I met through the infertility process, including you.
Well, you have helped so many women and men through this process. So I do want to, though, get a little serious, because even though we're dressed up, we're in New York City and it's fun and we're honoring the people that have done such great work like yourself, what is your biggest concern when it comes to access? You know, I think that's really important because access is key.
So when I started infertility treatments, I had a $10,000 lifetime max. And as most people are aware, that lasts about 15 seconds in New York City. And in most of the country, frankly, it's expensive and it's time consuming, and not everybody can take off work. And so in addition to having this disease that is difficult to treat, it's difficult to diagnose and it's difficult to treat because infertility itself is a disease, but all the contributing factors could be caused by different diseases that haven't yet been diagnosed. So in addition to treating a disease, you have to figure out how to pay for it. And not everybody can do that. And even if you can, it's not easy, and choices have to be made. And when you're making choices based on finances, you're often making bad choices. I know I made a lot of bad choices because I was putting the wrong money in just the wrong places because it seemed the thing to do at the moment. So, you know, my story serves as a cautionary tale because out of pocket, I spent over $270,000 on infertility treatments, but I can assure you that thousands of it were in the wrong way, in the wrong time, and I wish I could do it all over again.
Well, you know, you've helped so many people, and let's, admit that you are at the forefront of making legislation, laws happen, and you are changing lives, Risa. And I know that there have been some dark times, but you bring so much light to our lives. More from Risa later. Risa Levine, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chloe. I love you.
All right, Clay, get on back over here.
Here I am.
By the way, congratulations again.
Thank you. This was such an honor. I am filled with joy. I'm filled with light. I'm filled with resolve. It's a beautiful space to be in tonight. It really is.
So can I always say, though, that I co-starred with you? Does it work like that?
Oh, you actually get an honorary SAG card tonight.
So can I be listed on your IMDb or something like that?
You are going to be a producer of the evening.
Okay.
An
I'm
actor,
be
the whole
adding myself
thing.
to that. Okay. Now, I know that we have another interviewee, correct?
We do. A very, very special friend of mine. I host a show called Warrior Wednesdays live on Instagram, and I first met this beautiful creature, this beautiful human, when I interviewed her on Warrior Wednesdays. She is the founder of the Broken Brown Egg, and she is my friend, and she is an honoree tonight. Tonight she gets the Hope Award for Achievement. Welcome, the incomparable Regina Townsend. Hi. Hi, gorgeous. Hi.
It's good to see you in person.
I'm going to pass this over to you.
Thank you. You look gorgeous, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you look stunning, my dear friend.
I'm trying to get like you.
Tell us all, how does it feel to be here tonight and to be an honoree?
This is amazing. I have watched from home. I have watched other people of color like LeVar Burton, who people don't know, received a Resolve Award in 1987.
I didn't know that.
And so it means a tremendous amount to me to be here to represent the other people of color who may not ever make it to this stage, who bring about the information that says we are here and that our stories matter and that we are a part of the larger conversation, which Resolve is always aware of, but we just aren't always able to get to these spaces. And
Absolutely.
so I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here, and I'm thrilled to have you in my life because you have been such an instrumental part. Y'all, we're going to cut up. This is called the cut up section. You have been such an instrumental part in my journey and being able to be public with everyone. But can you please share with the audience, what is your specific place in the infertility community? What does the Broken Brown Egg do?
Well, the Broken Brown Egg exists to inform, empower, and advocate for people of color who are experiencing infertility. We speak about infertility at large, but we talk about it with an emphasis on the Black experience of it, because often I would reach people and I would say what I was going through, and they'd be like, but aren't we all dealing with infertility? And I'd be like, yes, but are we also all dealing with societal racism and the structures that create barriers to access? And so from that conversation, so many people were like amazed at the differences, and I realized I couldn't shut up about it.
And please don't.
Yeah. And so that's what I do, is I try to provide an opportunity for not only people to see a reflection, but also for us to be windows and mirrors, so that people can also see in who didn't know that there were these differences, and that they get the opportunity to work together, because together we can change all of this. Together we can knock barriers down every day.
And we have to,
And we
right?
have
We
to.
don't have
We
a
have no
choice,
choice.
because we all deserve, we are worthy of adequate and equal protection and equal care. So would you tell us, what do you think is your biggest concern when it comes to access for care?
Oh, that's a loaded one, and
It's
you
a
know
big
how
question.
I feel.
You can just find one or two things that concern you, and even if it's specifically with Black and brown families.
I think the biggest concern with access to care, especially with Black and brown families, is the misunderstanding that we don't need this care, and that makes it take longer for us to have the care, and that so many women, especially that I talk to, feel like, why didn't anybody tell me? And then the other beautiful thing, which actually you brought up in your speech tonight, was that so many women that I speak to who are family or who are friends of family that are older women are just like, man, I wish I had known. I wish I had known. And 30 years have passed, 40 years have passed, 50 years have passed. And it warms my heart to be able to be that voice now, but it also breaks my heart to know that they needed it then and there was nobody to say it. Yeah. So it's a weird position to be in, but I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it.
No, because we have to do it for the future, for
Yes.
the people that are coming along with us. Okay, so what is your biggest hope? Now that we talked about your concern, what are one of your biggest hopes for the community?
My biggest hope is that we start having more of these conversations. My biggest hope is that teenagers understand their fertility, and that we stop treating sexual health and reproductive health as the same thing, because they're not.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, sexual health and reproductive health are not the same thing, and we want them to understand how to manage this big old piece of machinery that they're given without fear, but with empowerment. So that's my biggest hope.
That's beautiful, and you empower us all. With the
Thank
Broken
you so
Brown
much.
Egg, you certainly give power to us. So why don't you tell us, Regina Townsend, what are you working on right now?
Right now, I am celebrating the 1-year anniversary of my book. This is the first year anniversary of my book, Make If Make Sense. And we are working towards having our next grant cycle next year, and continuing to raise advocacy and understanding of the differences in nuance. Yep.
I think that is beautiful. And who are you most excited to see tonight?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody.
Great. Well, everyone is excited to see you. And now we want to say thank you so much. Congratulations on your honor
Thank
tonight.
you.
We can't wait to see you on this stage.
Thank you so much.
And will you help me bring Chloe back up? And then we are going to bring Resolve's president and CEO, the one and
amazing
only,
Barb.
the amazing Barb Calora, to the stage here. Thank you, Regina.
You know I love you.
I love you back.
So good to see you. All right, Barb, where are you at?
That's right, the president and the CEO. You get in the middle. You take center stage.
Yes, in the presence of greatness. Why don't you get in the
Come
middle?
on, get in
yes.
the middle there.
Stop. Hello. Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's amazing. The energy in the room. People are coming up to me saying thank you for doing Night of Hope. Like, hello, you are here. Thank you. You are here. It's amazing. People are so happy to be here and seeing each other and supporting Resolve. It's fantastic.
So let's remind everybody, what are we raising money for tonight? Let's break it down.
Gosh, well, first of all, we have a huge mission, And we need to ensure that we are meeting the needs of our community. And let's start with raising awareness. Let's start with support groups. Let's talk about advocacy at the federal level and the state level. Why do we do advocacy? Because a lot of people don't have insurance coverage. We need to work to change that. And what else? There are a lot of people that want to restrict our access. And so we need to do everything we can to fight that. And we do that through patient stories. We do that through advocacy directly with legislators. We do that with educating the public. So that takes money, Chloe. So
we're going to raise some.
We are trying to raise a lot of money so that we can do what we need to do to help our community.
Absolutely, and we are down for the cause. And can you tell us, Barb, what does the power of the swirl mean to you?
Well, we had a whole little power thing going on there waiting for you to come out. Can I just say, it's a little intimidating standing between you two. I would rather be like way over there and then...
No,
and
you
then-
are the swirl,
Yes,
okay?
Yes. So, okay, I've forgotten now the question. The power of the swirl.
swirl, yeah.
Okay, so the power of the swirl is who is behind Resolve? Who is making all the magic happen, if you will? Well, guess what? It is like thousands of volunteers. It's people like yourselves. It's people in the media. It's all of the professionals. This room is full of physicians and mental health providers, attorneys. I just saw one of my favorite attorneys, embryologists. We have like world-renowned people in that room who are the power behind the swirl. They are helping to ensure that our mission keeps going. It's really a cool thing when you think about the power of the swirl. So yeah, that's who we are.
I gotta know, who do you think is gonna get you to cry tonight?
Yeah.
I want some waterworks.
Oh boy, there's always somebody who's going to do that, and it's sometimes a little surprise. Like you wouldn't expect that. Sometimes we have like the people who are getting the award for the company who has like great benefits. I don't know. Sometimes that makes me cry. I'm thinking, I don't know. Joyce Reinecke's a friend of mine. I think she's getting an award for the Alliance for Fertility Preservation. Yeah, so anyway, it's going to, I don't know. Who knows?
The waterworks are going to come, though. They're going to come.
All right, Barb, I know you have a lot to do, and you have an entire show to be running, so we're going to set you free because we have another interview to do.
I have a ballroom full of people I need to go see. Bye.
We'll miss you.
Only like 500 people, no big deal. All right, so we have somebody else that we want to introduce you to, but you probably already know her. Now, this is someone who has been one of our supporters of Resolve for a very long time. I have been friends with her for a while. She started something called Pregnantish. Andrea, will you please come over here? Oh, you look gorgeous.
Stunning. How are you?
Oh my gosh,
Good to
this
see
is so
you.
great.
All right.
Mic is yours.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
First, I feel like I'm on a red carpet. 'Cause that's what I'm used to, being an entertainment reporter. I want to be like, so who are you wearing? But you do look
I have
amazing.
no idea, but thank you. You as well.
You're like in my closet. I just had it.
Right.
All right. So explain to everybody what is Pregnantish, which I
Okay.
know everybody should know, but in case you don't
In case
know.
you don't know who we are,
Why
of
don't you tell them?
course. And thank you, Chloe. So Pregnantish launched as the first media, not medical, platform to help singles, couples, LGBTQ, which is really everybody, navigate the wacky, confusing world of getting pregnant with help. And we are patient advocates. We are media. I believe for us, media is our advocacy. Through powerful stories, right, Chloe? You know media. Through powerful stories and community, we can create the necessary change to elevate this conversation.
Yes, and speaking of, you just did this great event
Yes.
where I was moderating a panel and I met so many incredible people, and
amazing.
Risa was there. We just interviewed Risa Levine a few moments ago. What are you working on right now? Because I would love for you to tell people about some initiatives at this very moment.
Sure. So we are continuing to hopefully offer our premium content through the Pregnant podcast and live events and everything else we do. But one of the really, really exciting announcements is we sourced one of the largest studies ever on why patients leave fertility clinics, and retention in this category is a real pain point. You know, some people, I believe, you know, my background is relationships. I've been an author for years. There's no higher stakes, there's no higher goals for so many people in our audience than having a family. And if you aren't served the way that you need to be served, it's a problem, and you're going to move on. And so we really we don't want to throw anyone under the bus, because guess what? We have the same goals. Patients and providers want to create healthy babies in this category. We have the same goal. But there's clearly a communication gap. So really at Pregnantish, we're doing the work to bridge that. We have just been accepted to the UK conference. We've been published with this information in the journal Human Reproduction. So it's really getting that information out so that we can keep people to build their families with the greatest goal of their lives and feel supported doing it.
What are you most excited for tonight? Whether that's what you hope the goal is for tonight, what do you hope people learn from this event tonight or take away? Or perhaps who are you most excited to see take the stage?
I am just excited to just see people IRL again. There's not one person.
Mom, means in real life.
In real life. It's the collective group here that all are fighting for families that I'm excited to see.
Well, I was really excited to see you.
Me too.
So I cannot thank you enough for all that you're doing for so many marginalized communities, and also just giving a voice to the voiceless. So seriously, thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Chloe. To be continued. I appreciate it. And
alrighty, guys. Well, next up.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I'll be right back.
I saw hum with us. Get your tie-dye humming on. I'll stop the world and live with you. Oh, I'll stop the world. You've seen the difference, and it's getting better all the time. There's nothing you and I won't do. I'll stop the world. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Oh, I'll stop the world and melt with you. I'll stop the world. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Hey, I'll stop the world and melt with you. Ooh, I'll stop the world. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Hey, and you. Hey, thank you, Resolve community. Ah.
Believe that?
Wow.
Now, the young woman that I have standing next to me, gorgeous in olive
Thank
green, I
you.
may add,
Thank
is
you.
Lauren. Lauren is from Co-Fertility. Welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
So
Welcome
excited
to Resolve
be
Night
here.
of Hope. Well, we're happy to have you here, and I want you to tell everybody there that's watching you on the live stream who you are and what is Co-Fertility.
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Lauren Mackler. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Co-Fertility. Co-Fertility is a new fertility ecosystem that gives women the opportunity to freeze their eggs for free when they donate half of the eggs retrieved to intended parents who can't otherwise conceive, all while we give support and education along the way.
Well, as an egg freezer myself, that is a fabulous organization.
Thank you.
And I am so happy and proud to hear
Yeah.
that. I hope that you guys are taking note at home. And you are a Night of Hope media partner at
Yes,
Co-Fertility,
we are.
correct?
Yes.
All right, now tell us one thing, Lauren, because we have to talk about these issues too.
Okay.
So what is your biggest concern when it comes to access to care?
Ooh, access to, I mean, honestly, my biggest concern is that my daughter will grow up with fewer reproductive rights than I had growing up.
Yes.
That's it, plain and simple.
Plain and simple. And I hope that that lands with you guys, because you have to get out there and vote. We have to continue to vote for our right
Yes,
and
we
autonomy
do.
of our body,
Yeah.
right, Lauren? So, okay, we talked about concern.
Yes.
Next, we need to talk about hope, because we're at the Night of
Yes,
Hope.
yes.
So what is your biggest hope for the community?
Oh, my biggest hope, honestly, and I think so much about women who are proactively thinking about freezing their eggs, and I hope that they realize we do have more accessible options and that it isn't out of reach, and that we can do it together and hopefully serve people who are historically underserved, honestly.
Absolutely, because information is so powerful, and
Yes,
getting
it
it to
is.
everybody, because we are all worthy and we are all deserving of it.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, since you do Co-Fertility, what is Co-Fertility working on right now? Is there anything
Yes.
specific we need to learn about?
Yes, so we just launched like a month ago, and we have had thousands of applications for women to participate in our split program. So it's the opportunity, again, to freeze their eggs for free, store them for free for up to 10 years when they donate half of those eggs retrieved. And we are actively matching these women with intended parents as we speak.
Actively
Yeah,
matching,
yeah.
and there's an application process for that.
And every
Wonderful.
time we match someone, I cry a little. Honestly, I'm like so into it. It's so exciting.
Right, because you're doing the work. Now tell
Yeah.
us, you use the word exciting. Who
Yeah.
are you most excited to see tonight?
Well, honestly, I told my team I hope Jennifer Aniston makes an appearance tonight. But really, I'm excited to see my team. We're usually remote, and so it's nice to see each other in person and not on Zoom. And so many of the reproductive endocrinologists that we partner with throughout the country.
Well, it's wonderful
you.
meeting
Honestly, you.
I'm very excited to see you
I know,
tonight.
we're
Thank
so
you,
excited.
Lauren.
All right,
thank you
thank
for
you.
coming by and
Yeah.
saying hi to everybody on live stream. All right, thank you,
thank
Lauren.
you.
Thank you. All right, there. I'm going to bring my lovely co-host, isn't she gorgeous, my new friend Chloe, back to the stage. Yes, power of the swirl.
That's why I did it. SAG card? Yeah? Okay.
Yes, that card. Yeah, honorary, for sure.
All right. Well, I have someone very special waiting in the wings. So her name is Sue Johnson. So I need you to hand the mic over.
I'm
All
going
righty?
to pass the mic. Come on in, Sue.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
So for everyone out there who doesn't know Sue, Sue is the recipient of our Hope Award for Service.
Of all things, I mean, that's what really touches my heart and soul the most, the Service Award. So I'm so beyond honored and privileged to be here tonight.
So what has been your favorite role? I'd love for you to talk about being a volunteer and what that has been like, the impact on your life.
Well, the impact on my life, I feel that, service has been a calling for me since I was little, but I feel like my favorite thing that I do is for the infertility community is I lead local and national support groups, and my warriors are what give me the purpose to do what I do with Resolve.
I love that you have these support groups because when I was going through my journey, even though it was just about 6 years ago, I can't tell you how alone I felt.
Oh, I know.
And I feel like great strides have been made even in just the last 5 years. Am I right in thinking that more people are speaking out now and there's more places to find comfort and information?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've been on this journey for a long time. I have over 3 decades of trying, of working with Resolve. First, I was on the receiving end when I was going through my journey, and nobody talked about it. Nobody. But now I feel like there's support groups and local, national. I've developed the Resolve Detroit, Michigan Walk of Hope. We advocate on the federal and local level, which that wasn't happening 3 decades ago. I think that more people are talking about it. Even more celebrities are talking about it, and they have a big platform. Yeah.
Chrissy Teigen, Kim Kardashian.
Jennifer Aniston last week.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
No, it's really wonderful that people are feeling like they can share and that they can advocate, and it's people like you that are really making a difference.
Right.
Now, I gotta ask you,
Yes.
who are you excited to meet tonight or see tonight, or what are you most excited for?
Ooh, well, it's funny because we have been living in a virtual world for a while now with the pandemic, and I got to meet Ebeth Marshall for the first time. She has been the coordinator of all the state captains for Federal Advocacy Day. I've actually painted some paintings for her little baby girl that's going to be coming, so I get to give them to her in person.
That's so cute.
I feel like I get to reconnect with people from Resolve that I've known when we were advocating in person in Washington, D.C. But most importantly, I love meeting my fellow honorees because this room is so full of difference makers. And it's just amazing to share this stage with people who are so committed to Resolve and to making a difference for the fertility community. And I'm just like floating that I get to meet these amazing people.
And speaking of, we have a fundraising update for you all. $480,484 have been raised.
We can do this.
But we can raise even more. So spread the word. You're on your phones. Post it on Instagram. Get on that Twitter thing and tell people to donate to Resolve. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And hi to all my fertility warriors, past and present. Love you all.
Great to meet you, Sue.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Calais.
I'm back. I missed you.
I missed you too. I think this is where things get even more personal.
I know. Because I get to ask you a couple of questions. It's our turn to interview each other.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's so hard to talk about yourself, but okay, fine.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll start with the easy question.
My name It was Chloe Melas.
Okay, perfect.
My horoscope, I'm a Cancer.
Okay.
I like long walks on the beach. Okay.
And how do you feel about tonight so far? How's it going?
Well, okay. So I don't want to get too emotional, but you already got emotional tonight. But just, I have found so much joy in sharing my husband and I's journey. I was so nervous to share. I felt like it was a dirty little secret that I was keeping. I was so bitter. I was so sad. So much, I would say, PTSD from the entire process. And then the power of social media. So call it the swirl, social media, whatever you want to call it, that zhuzh, that magic. I hit send on Christmas Day, and this was 2016, and I announced that, yes, we were pregnant, but that it was not all butterflies and hearts and likes on Instagram, that it was really a difficult journey. And then the community embraced me, and I'm going to steal a line from you, I have not shut up since. And I've learned a lot.
Well,
and it's been a journey.
I hope that you never shut up, because I'm not going to. And if you do, I'm going to find you and open your mouth again.
Guess what my most likely to was in high school?
What?
To never stop talking.
I mean, she works with a microphone in her hand, people, because, she's got to continue to talk. So I'm going to ask you a little bit more serious question now, okay? What is one of your biggest concerns when it comes to access to care?
Wow. Okay. So I actually used my CNN platform by doing an investigation. I would say it was either 2021 or 2020. I have bad memory problems sometimes. But it was an investigation into the inequity of fertility insurance coverage in the United States. And I just think it's just incredibly dangerous and such a shame that in a country like the United States that there is not universal access, that if you want to have a family, that it's so cost prohibitive, and that there's just the odds are stacked against you. And really it goes to our federal government. Our federal government isn't even offering mandated fertility coverage for those who serve our country, to our veterans. And look, and if you're in the LGBTQ community, forget it. It's not even an option. They're not offering, covering it. I mean, there's very limited resources at very limited places. It's very unequal access. And then for the LGBTQ community, if you need an egg donor, sperm donor, out. Surrogacy, forget it. Look, I'm really happy that New York has finally allowed surrogacy. Can you believe that was illegal a year or so ago? I mean, are these the dark ages here? So that's what I care about. I want laws to change. I want equal access, and that's what I'm concerned about. So I've gone from just sharing to now trying to sort of, as a journalist, I'm sort of supposed to be unbiased and not be an activist, but when it comes to this, I don't see it as political. It's every person's right.
Right. It is a human right. And you bring up so many good issues that I hope you guys are thinking about. I hope you guys are voting about, because these are things that impact your life and the lives of people that you love. It is a human right to be able to build your family with resources and with access. And so now I want to ask you a different question. Let's change courses. And
I have questions for you too, but okay.
Okay, well, let me ask you one more.
Okay, fine.
This will be your last one.
Okay.
We'll end on a high note.
Okay.
I want to ask you, what is your hope for Resolve and for the community at large?
Well, I, first of all, hope that we break $500,000. So pony up, y'all. Even if you just donate $5, $10, that is the goal tonight, because raising money opens doors. And, sometimes money means access, right? Not all the time, but a lot of times. So that is my goal, is that a ton of money is raised, that people are posting on social media about Night of Hope, hashtag Power of the Swirl, and that we are spreading the word, and that you tell a friend who tells a friend who tells a friend about Resolve. That is what I care about. Now,
I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah, you are. CNN entertainment reporter Chloe Melas interviewing Clay Stewart.
Let me shake it up and get
famous
ready.
actress. I mean, hey, you've never offered me an interview, so now you're going to give me one now.
I'm here and I'm all yours.
She's pretty hard. You have like a pretty intense team. Like nobody ever lets me interview you. So now here we are. So the tables have turned. So I want you to tell everybody about your egg shower?
Egg shower, Chloe.
What's an egg shower?
Well, I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I spend thousands of dollars a year, sometimes even a little bit more, on baby showers. Don't we all? Wedding showers, bridal showers, engagement parties. And I thought about it. I thought about the fact that I spend all of this money, lovingly so, I love to do so, supporting all of my friends and family, and sometimes people I don't even know that well, when they have a baby announcement, when they are pregnant. But I also thought about the fact that when I froze my eggs, nobody threw a shower for that. Hallmark doesn't make a card to congratulate me. Evite doesn't have an invitation for an IVF shower. And when you think about the fact that millions of people are affected by infertility challenges, how are we left out of this space where we get encouragement and even financial support, right? Tradition needs to evolve. So what did I do? I created an egg shower specifically for people on the journey, IVF, adoption, egg freezing, wherever you may be. If you're taking control of your fertility future, you deserve to be showered upon. And I tell them, just like you register at a baby shower at Target, throw yourself an egg shower, register at paypal.com, at venmo.com. I partnered with Laurel Fertility Care in California to throw this egg shower, and we gave away 2 free egg freezing cycles with 1 year storage. And Win Fertility came in to give a nurse concierge to the lucky winners for the entire time that they freeze their eggs. So it's been a wonderful thing. More to come.
You are a queen. Women run the world, just like Beyonce said in the song when you went up there to accept the award. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I hope that you did. Okay, you are incredible. I feel like my cards are all like screwed up at this point, but here's the bottom line. Raise money, spread the word. Here's the deal. There is a party going on in there, and
Big
we
one.
got to hit the stage.
We got to go.
We have some more awards to present.
We
It's
have
gonna
more
be
money to
good.
raise.
We have more money to raise. And so we are going to be headed in there to the ballroom right now. And I got to like go fix my lip gloss and powder my face and brush my hair and get all these like fuzzies out of my eyes.
I just have one question as we go here. Are you going to swirl out since you have your SAG card?
Yep.
Okay.
All
I'll
right,
let you
ready?
go first.
Are you going to count me down?
And 3, 2, 1, swirl. Swirl. Swirl.
Hey, this one is what you're supposed to say when you're in a waiting room to the doctor so that they don't forget about you. Segway! Hey, 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 hey! Ooh, oh, yeah! All right. Won't you come see about me? I'll be alone. They say you know it, baby. Tell me your troubles and doubts. Giving me everything inside and out. Love strength, real in the dark. Think of the tender things that we were working on. Slow change, may falling apart. When the light gets into your heart, baby, don't you forget about me. Don't you forget about me. Yeah. Will you stand above me? You look my way, walk love me. The rain is falling down, 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 down. Will you Don't you try to pretend it's not fear. When in the end I won't harm you. Set your defenses, your vanity, your security. Yeah, don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. Don't take you apart. I'll put it back together, start, baby. Don't you forget about me. Come on, don't you forget about me. Will you, as you walk on by, will you call my name? It's Kirby. Ash, get a shot of that. Will you call my name? Bass. As you walk on by. Still work, get started. Will you call my name? La 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 la. Yeah! Yeah! Ooh! Yeah! Yeah! All right, wow! Huh.
Help him up. It's good. Oh, wow, it really is a night of hope.
I'm so glad you guys are all here. It's our Resolve family dinner. Yes.
Nice.
Resolve started just like this, around the table, talking about the struggles and what we need. That's how the group was formed. So let's talk about what role Resolve played and is playing and has played in your lives.
Being a part of the Resolve family helped me to realize that my normal is just different from your normal, and your normal is different from her normal.
I always say that Resolve was my lemons to lemonade moment because it had been so hard until I sat in a room with other people that knew exactly what I felt. It's peer-to-peer, so it doesn't feel
like therapy.
Yes, I felt like that was, to me, the most helpful thing, was the support group for me.
You know, family only goes so far. If they don't understand what you're going through, you can lean on them, but they still, at the end of the day, don't understand that stress of the journey. They just don't quite get it.
Most patients don't even share it with their family.
No.
Because there's a lot of pressure on the part of the family to be successful. So most patients, at least in my experience, keep it to themselves, and that's why Resolve is helpful, because it's a way to talk about it.
What's an important issue or problem when it comes to infertility?
It's so isolating. I mean, it's going back.
And people are embarrassed.
There's a lot of shame.
And if more of us start talking about it, because
Yes.
you know the funny thing is I'll bring up my situation and then someone will say, that happened to me too.
Oh, all the time.
We also
It's
look at each
failure.
other and
It's a
right,
feeling of
it's failure
failure.
and what's wrong
Yeah.
with me? Did I live my life the wrong way? Why can't I get pregnant?
People unfortunately look at children as an option. You know, you're choosing to get pregnant. They don't look at it as a disease, and that's the one thing that we need as advocates, to just encourage other people to know that it's not an option, it is a disease.
I think a big part of dealing with the challenge of infertility is, in a way, I feel I need to be proud of what I did and support other people that are going through it, encourage them to talk about it and be excited about the journey instead of scared about the journey.
Whenever you go on any trying to conceive blog, people talk about pineapples.
You're supposed to eat the core to
Yes,
help
because you'll get pregnant if you
implantation.
eat a pineapple. I was so curious, I called my doctor and said, hey, tell me this thing about pineapples. How many do I need to buy? And
they laugh?
said, absolutely, that will not work. If that was the case,
Everybody would
we
be
would have
pregnant.
more success stories. But no, that's bad information that's on the internet.
This is definitely the most interesting dinner conversation I've had in a long time. I think access to care needs to change. The cost needs to change.
I was fortunate enough to not have to, my insurance didn't cover it, but it was something I was able to afford. 'Cause it's hard enough to go through if you can afford it.
Yeah.
That you know, having to decide, can I afford to have a family or not, shouldn't be the question.
So how do we change that?
Advocacy, you know.
Advocacy Day is huge. The work that our volunteers and that Resolve does to make sure our voices are heard is so important.
Because no one talks about
There's no
infertility or the
education.
And
struggle.
That's why Resolve is so important.
Yes.
It brings
When it
life.
happens.
Yes.
If it
Yeah.
helps people
Isolation.
know,
You're
yeah.
you don't know.
Isolation, education, and I think what Resolve does is, because when you're in the fight, you don't really have room to fight for anything but your fight. And Resolve fights for you.
How is Resolve like a family?
It's there to support you. It's there to let you cry on their shoulder and scream into a pillow when your second cycle doesn't work and the meds make you crazy. Celebrate with you when you get, positive, or you come to your resolve. So it's not a family anyone wants to choose, but it's a good family to have.
Resolve is support and guidance and love, and those are all the things that you need.
I think that all comes down to love. That's what this dinner table represents. That's what Resolve represents. That's what our families represent. Cheers.
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 All right. To Resolve and family.
Yeah. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will take your seats, our program can begin. Please take your seats, enjoy your dessert and coffee, and our program will resume. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Our program begins in 45 seconds. Thank you for taking your seats so our Night of Hope can resume. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage Chloe Melas and former Resolve board member Risa Levine.
Just to watch him shatter, just to step on the boss man's ladder. But you got dreams he'll never take away.
All right, hi everyone. I hope that you all have enjoyed your dinner, connecting to everyone. There are so many friends of mine in the audience, and I hope that tonight I get to come around and say hi, take some selfies with you guys. I am so excited to be here. I remember coming here a few years ago with my CNN colleague, Allison Camerata, with my husband, and I remember being so blown away by the love and the advocacy and the incredibly intelligent people in this room. I never could have imagined that this journey would lead me to now being a co-host, and it's so wild. You never know where your life is going to take you. in case you were wondering where I've been and what I've been doing, I've been with Calais, and we've been hosting the live stream and doing all of these awesome interviews. I was interviewing Risa Levine, and we all know her for all of her advocacy. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We want to thank our MC sponsors, Boston IVF, and power couple, Dr. Samantha Pfeiffer and Dr. Peter Schlegel. So let's continue this awesome night. At our last in-person Night of Hope Awards, Resolve introduced a brand new award. And I'm sure y'all know what I'm about to say. The Risa A. Levine Resolve Advocacy Legacy Award. This award is named in honor of one of Resolve's most impactful advocates, Risa Levine. It's been a long day. I don't have to speak. So I had the chance to meet this beautiful, smart human being, actually at that Night of Hope Awards a few years ago through Allison. And I actually just got to moderate a panel that she was on with Pregnantish. Hi, Andrea. And Risa and I have become great friends, and she has taught me so much. This award is presented to a current advocate who is all-encompassing of Resolve's advocacy work, state, federal, and more. Now, without further ado, let's get to know this year's honoree.
The science of reproduction and connecting with individuals and families as they pursue their family building goals is the passion of Dr. Paula Amato, Professor of OBGYN and REI Division Director at Oregon Health and Science University. There, Dr. Amato specializes in caring for patients through a career in reproductive endocrinology and infertility. Currently serving on the board of directors of American Society for Reproductive Medicine, she is slated to become its president in October 2023. As a tireless advocacy leader in Oregon, Dr. Amato helped get an IVF and fertility preservation insurance mandate passed. She also utilized Resolve's Coverage at Work materials to gain infertility insurance coverage for employees at her institution. True to the Risa A. Levine Advocacy Legacy Awards description, she encourages her patients and fellow healthcare professionals to be a part of the advocacy work in their communities. For her passion and advocacy, Resolve honors Dr. Paula Amato.
It is truly an honor to present this year's Resolve Advocacy Legacy Award to Dr. Paula Amato. Dr. Amato, please come up and accept your award.
All right, good evening, everyone, and thank you, Resolve. Thank you, Risa. I'm truly honored and humbled to receive this award. I'd also like to recognize Risa Levine, the award's namesake. You are a fierce, tireless, courageous advocate and leader, and an inspiration to others, such as myself. It is an honor to follow in your footsteps. I'd also like to thank ASRM leadership and staff for their support and for making access to care and advocacy a pillar of their strategic plan. I share this award with so many other advocates and most importantly with infertility patients who give generously of their time to expand access to care to all who need it. There are a few individuals I'd like to call out specifically, namely Betsy Campbell and Aisha Adu from Resolve, Jesse Loesch and Sean Tipton from ASRM, Joyce Reinecke from the Alliance for Fertility Preservation, and the folks from Mahonia Public Affairs in Oregon, and most importantly, 2 infertility patient advocates from Oregon, Molly and Stacy, and you know who you are. These are the people in the trenches with me on a weekly basis for the countless Zoom calls and meetings with legislatures. As physicians, we recognize that not all patients will be successful in their journey. I know that celebrations such as these this evening can be sometimes difficult and painful for those who have suffered loss and disappointment. We see you, we advocate for you too. Our goal is that every patient, regardless of their pregnancy outcome, receives equitable access to affordable, excellent, compassionate, patient-centered care. At a time when our reproductive rights are under threat, it's important to remember that comprehensive reproductive health care includes infertility care. Right. Physician advocacy is a privilege. We have the power to influence change in healthcare delivery, reduce social barriers, and impact political policy. As a recent Health Affairs article put it, physician advocacy is no longer elective, but essential to providing quality care, dismantling structural inequities that contribute to poor health in vulnerable communities. Of all the things we do in our professional career, advocacy is arguably the most impactful. Despite our progressive bona fides on the West Coast, we lag behind other states when it comes to infertility insurance mandates. It is my sincere hope that at least one of the blue states on the West Coast, hopefully all 3, turns Resolve orange in the next legislative session. I am truly inspired to continue my commitment to this work, and I encourage my physician colleagues to join me. We are not done until everybody who needs and wants it has equitable access to infertility care. Thank you again very much for this award.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Senior Vice President of U.S. Fertility and Endocrinology from EMD Serrano, Libby Horn.
EMD Serrano proudly brings 25 years of legacy to the fertility space. As a company, we were here for the first IVF baby and more than 5 million since then. Over our years of patient-directed leadership, we have gained deep knowledge to bring to the infertility community, thanks in no small part to the long-standing relationships we've built with advocacy partners. It's why collaborating with Resolve for decades has been so important to us as a company. We're honored to present the next award to a group that is also very important to EMD Serrano, physicians. The American Medical Women's Association is a professional society focused on women physicians. When reports came out that women physicians have higher infertility rates than other professions, AMWA's leadership reached out to Resolve to learn more about how they could take on this issue. This makes us realize that advocacy isn't always about legislation. Advocacy can happen in many ways.
St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is leading the way the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer. And founded in 1915, American Medical Women's Association is the oldest multi-specialty organization for women physicians and are also the vision and voice of women in medicine. AMWA works to advance women in medicine, advocate for equity, and ensure excellence in healthcare. In 2020, American Medical Women's Association launched a Physician Fertility Committee to address the issues of infertility among women physicians who experience infertility at a rate that is double that of the general population. By 2021, AMWA hosted the first Physician Fertility Summit to convene stakeholders around this important topic. This was followed by a series of in-depth seminars in 2022 through storytelling, advocacy, and building a reproductive life plan. AMWA has also created their version of Resolve's Coverage at Work toolkit for their members to use at their place of employment to advocate for coverage. AMWA is a community partner for Resolve's annual Advocacy Day and the National Infertility Awareness Week. For their vision and voice, Resolve salutes American Medical Women's Association.
On behalf of EMD Serrano, I'm honored to present the Hope Award for Advocacy to AMWA. From AMWA, please welcome Executive Director, Dr. Eliza Lochin.
And I rise like the day, I rise up, I rise unafraid, I rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again.
Thank you so much. I'm deeply honored to accept this award on behalf of the American Medical Women's Association, and especially on behalf of AMWA's Physician Fertility Committee, led by co-chairs Dr. Cindy Duke, Dr. Tori Camo-Plowden, and Dr. Paula Amato, who you just heard from, and countless subcommittee co-chairs and leaders, which unfortunately I don't have time to name today. Founded in 1915, AMWA has worked for over a century to advance women in medicine and improve women's health. Our work in fertility began, as you heard earlier, when we heard the stunning news that women physicians experience infertility at double the rate of the general population. We knew then that we had to do something about that. There was a call to action put out, and AMWA responded to that call. So over the past 2 years, we have done many things, including launching the first Physician Fertility Summit, organizing webinars, workshops, coaching groups, social media campaigns, awareness, and education. And I want to thank so many of you here in this audience that have supported us in those efforts. And most importantly, as you heard, we partnered with Resolve to develop a Coverage at Work toolkit so that our physician leaders could go to their institutions and advocate for fertility benefits. And the story of how we got here to this day and on this stage, research, advocacy, partnerships, and standing up to raise our voice, is the story of how we will continue with all of you, whether that work is supporting individuals, transforming healthcare systems, or changing public policy. If we can mobilize healthcare, one of the largest sectors in our society, we can help change the landscape of infertility. So thank you, Resolve, for your partnership and for your generosity in honoring AMWA with this award. Thank you for giving us hope for a better future for women in medicine. Thank you.
And now, please welcome to the stage Vice President of Account Management, Justin Smith from Progeny.
Let's get down to business. Back and forth with the bullshit.
Good evening. As a proud partner of Resolve, Progeny is excited to see the rise in companies adding equitable family building benefits. Whether those efforts were supported through Resolve Coverage at Work program, which has brought improved coverage to 2 million employees since 2019, or forward-thinking leaders at companies who recognize the need for a benefit. We can all agree that it's thrilling to see that more people are gaining access to the benefits they need to build and grow their families. I'm honored to be here with everyone tonight to present this year's Hope Award for Access. This award is given to an organization whose work or actions help increase access to family building options for anyone who may need it. For us at Progeny, it's always rewarding to see how companies change their policies to make them more inclusive and support of their employees in these critical moments. This year's Hope Award for Access is a name we're all familiar with for its legacy and plays a critical role when it comes to caring for children with cancer. Let's learn more about St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital and its commitment to its employees.
St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is leading the way the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Their mission drives nearly 6,000 employees to advance cures and means of prevention for pediatric catastrophic diseases through research and treatment. Another of the goals of St. Jude is to offer exceptional benefits, allowing their employees to bring their whole selves to work, understanding that what happens in their life plays a significant role in how they approach their job each day. An emerging desire for fertility benefits came to their attention, and in 2021, St. Jude proudly announced that it would offer its employees fertility programs. The current coverage includes, but is not limited to, IVF and IVF prescriptions and adoption reimbursement for employees who use this method to grow their families. The St. Jude community loves seeing their family of employees thrive. For their awareness and innovation, Resolve honors St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
To accept the award from St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, please welcome Director Benefits, Health and Wellness, Melissa Carlton, and Senior Benefits Analyst, Evelyn Ike.
Good evening. We'd like to first thank the Resolve organization for recognizing St. Jude Children's Research Hospital with the Hope Award for Access. I'm Melissa, this is Evelyn, and we're thrilled to be here. We're thrilled to receive this special honor. We'd also like to thank many of our colleagues back at St. Jude and our partners at Progeny who worked diligently last year to bring this new benefit program to fruition for our employees. At St. Jude, we are leading the way in how the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Our nearly 6,000 employees work tirelessly every day to support our mission of finding cures and saving children. And we understand that our employees' outside lives significantly affect how they approach their jobs each and every day. We want them to bring their best, their whole selves to work each day. As a children's hospital, we have a special place in our hearts for children. Even beyond children, we know the power of families. Families heal, families empower, families are in our DNA, which is why in 2021, St. Jude joined an elite group of employers offering enhanced fertility benefits. We believe there are many paths to parenthood, and we are proud to help our employees along this life journey. Our new fertility program has been a great success. Since 2021, we've counted 16 new babies born out of our new program benefit at St. Jude. Isn't that amazing? You know, and statistics are great, but the part of this story that brings the greatest joy are the heartwarming stories we hear directly from our employees. Evelyn's going to share just one of these sweet stories tonight.
In the words of the employee, when I found out that I had low ovarian reserve, after some months of trying to conceive, I was in shock and wasn't sure what to do next. I found out that St. Jude had infertility coverage. I've gone through tons of tests and procedures to figure out what is going on. I had heard that anything having to do with infertility, diagnostics, and treatment was unbearably expensive and almost impossible. When I reached out to the patient advocate, they are amazing from the start, beyond helpful, and what we needed at the right time. I just received my first bills from the doctor this past week, and what would have been over $20,000 out of pocket for an initial consultation was only $25. I truly feel for those families that do not have that option. This coverage gives employees the much-needed access to learn and understand more about infertility and treatment, and provides the financial support for employees to grow their families. On behalf of St. Jude, Melissa and I are honored to accept the Hope Award for Access and encourage other employers to join us in providing this kind of access to their employees. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage from Ferring Pharmaceuticals, Vice President of Reproductive Medicine, David Powley.
Hello everyone, what an incredibly inspirational night. Ferring is very proud to sponsor this event and sponsor Resolve overall. But there's another reason why we're excited here tonight, and that's we are delighted to celebrate our colleague, Joy Lewin. Reflecting on tonight's honorees, it's interesting to note that there's a connection between many of them. Calais was inspired by Regina's work at the Broken Brown Egg. A physician member of AMWA was the driving force behind the benefit changes at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And again, Ferring's own Joy Lewin played a critical role in the founding of the Alliance for Fertility Preservation. Connections like these I spend most of my day applauding Joy Lewin, so it's something that I'm used to, so it's good to see others are doing it as well. So connections like these are important because they allow us to learn from each other. They allow us to share our expertise and collectively make valuable contributions that continue to advance the field of reproductive medicine. And there are a few better examples of commitment to supporting healthcare professionals and their patients than the Alliance for Fertility Preservation. The AFP was created to increase awareness, resources, and access to fertility preservation for cancer patients and the healthcare professionals that treat them. At Ferring, we applaud the significant strides the AFP has made as they work tirelessly for cancer patients. let's take a closer look at the great work that the Alliance for Fertility Preservation does every day.
Those 3 words, "you have cancer," are among the most overwhelming diagnoses a person receives, affecting so many aspects of their lives. Fortunately, with a focus on fertility preservation for cancer patients, the Alliance for Fertility Preservation is uniquely positioned to help alleviate one of the consequences of cancer treatment: infertility. The Alliance is run by a team of professionals and board members who are recognized leaders with expertise including reproductive endocrinology, oncology nursing, and reproductive law. The urgency requires patients to undergo sperm, egg, and embryo banking very quickly before the start of their cancer treatments. Without proper insurance, the costs can be prohibitive. Thanks to Alliance for Fertility Preservation, Resolve, and industry supporters, the Building Families Coalition and the Coalition to Protect Parenthood After Cancer locked arms with the American Society for Reproductive Medicine to fight for coverage across the country. They've brought coverage to approximately 40 million people through legislation in 12 states and to federal employees. For their hope-filled work, Resolve congratulates Alliance for Fertility Preservation.
So on behalf of Fairing, I'm honored to present the Hope Award for Advocacy to the Alliance for Fertility Preservation. To accept the award, please welcome to the stage AFP's Executive Director, Joyce Reinecke.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dave. I want to thank Resolve, Barb, and Betsy, who I think we speak almost every day, for recognizing our work on behalf of cancer patients with this advocacy award. It's truly an honor and a privilege to have this work to advance access to fertility preservation for cancer patients specifically recognized and celebrated tonight with you all. Resolve to be honored by you in this way is kind of ironic, since you basically taught us everything that we know about advocacy and have been our most steadfast partner in the work. So when I was thinking about coming up here and accepting this award on behalf of the AFP, I thought back to when I first encountered Resolve and met Barb Clora, and honestly, I think it was around 2003 or 2004. And I met her at an advocacy day, and it really opened my eyes. I was really in a space, I'm a cancer survivor, I am a cancer survivor, but at that time I was in my own experience of feeling the injustice of facing infertility from cancer, potentially, and it was overwhelming and isolating. And going to that advocacy day, gosh, almost 20 years ago now, it really changed what I saw was possible. We met with legislators, shared our experiences together, and that experience never left me, and I was hooked, and here we are. So I also want you to know that while I'm thrilled to be accepting this award on behalf of the Alliance, I want to be clear that there are so many people who have made this possible. Many of you are here in this room. We have worked, as you heard, with the Building Families Coalition, which is Resolve and ASRM, with generous support from Fairing and from EMD Serono. And we've been working together in this capacity for over 5 years to bring fertility preservation coverage to more than 40 million people. I also want to use this opportunity to recognize some of the fertility preservation leaders that we have been privileged to work with. We have a really world-class team of people who have forged the way specifically in fertility preservation. So you heard about Joy Lewin tonight, and you'll hear about her more, and I have to start with Joy, who was the driving force in establishing the AFP, and whose support has been unflagging. Here with us tonight, too, one of our extraordinary board members, Dr. Gwen Quinn, and of course, certainly, last but not least, I want to express gratitude to Dr. Glenn Chapman, who is our current board chair. Glenn didn't want to come up here tonight, so I won't put him on the spot. I really don't have the words to express how central he has been to this work. And in addition, he keeps me on my toes politically so that I know what's happening in the country and tells me about his skiing and racing adventures. But he provides the vision and steadiness, and he always brings it back to the patient. Thank you, Glenn. And I want to just leave you all, I was told I had 2 minutes, so with just a thought that many years ago when I was at a different organization but working in this space, I think it was 2005, we were involved in putting forward a congressional non-binding resolution, and it was to raise awareness about the issue of cancer-related infertility. And we were cautioned at that time by professionals who were involved that we should not even think about insurance coverage for these services. We were told that we were not supposed to say the word access. That's like a literal quote that we were told when we were talking to legislators. So I'm really honored to be here tonight. It seemed at that time that this was like tilting at windmills. And now to see the realization of all of this work, it is personally and professionally a dream come true. So I want to thank everyone in the room who's been a part of this and supported the work, and I want to thank Resolve for recognizing us with this award. Thank you.
And now, please welcome back to the stage your co-host, and for the first time tonight, from U.S. Fertility, Dr. Eric Widra.
Dance, but here's the deal. So, Dr. Woodruff, I know that you are here to present an award, but we have some important business to discuss. You have an announcement about our fundraising efforts tonight.
Thank you, Chloe, I do. As of moments ago, to help Resolve continue to fight for our community, we have raised $489,000. Now, it's only like 9:21, if that clock is right. That's $11,000. Don't make me come up here and stop this party.
Well, actually, Dr. Woodruff, you said $11,000 to the goal. Make it $10,000 to the goal because I am going to donate $1,000.
Thanks, Clay.
Yeah.
Let's keep that momentum going.
All right, well, listen, since you're gonna donate, though, $1,000, I think that I should donate $1,000, right?
I mean, what kind of host do we have tonight?
And I can too.
And actually, for another $1,000, you can go to dinner with the three of us. Do we have anyone out there? Going once, going twice, anyone? Oh, over there.
Oh, yes.
Someone get her name and number.
And this gentleman in the blue jacket from Progeny. Hi, Progeny.
Okay, I'm really bad at math. That's why I went into journalism. Hey, Dr. Levine, how are you? Good to see you. I feel like I only see you on Instagram. All right, do we have, how many more do we have to go? Like 8 grand?
I think that's 4.
So we got 4 grand.
4
11
grand
minus 4.
is in this
okay.
room.
Who else? Guys, then we can post on Instagram and tell the world that we met our goal. Does anybody have? Oh, Dr. Levine, $2,000.
Thank you so much.
CCRM.
Wait a minute. There's another 2.
What?
What does
All
that
right.
mean? That's
Cooper Surgical. Thank you so much. Table 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So we need 3 more, right?
Well,
It doesn't all have to be in thousands.
we have a lot of doctors here.
You could do
oh,
that.
wait a minute. You're doing it all?
You're gonna do it all?
Ladies
Table
and gentlemen, give it up for
14,
progeny over
progeny?
here. They're
Wait,
finishing
hold on.
it. They're
Louder.
getting us to the goal.
Louder.
I mean, this is what the night is about. Thank you so much. I never knew saying $1,000 would go this long. I love
All
it.
right, so we've met our goal, and now I know that you guys have some important things to do right now. You have an award to present.
I do, and I got totally lost on where we are now. Thank you. It's really amazing. Thanks for your generous support this evening. Tonight, well, I think we're going to skip that one because we just did that. So I've been around long enough to know that next year, and not just tonight, Resolve in this community will need all the power we can get to keep IVF legal and accessible. And I hope my colleagues in this field will step up big time, not just tonight, and no matter what state you serve. We need to raise our voices in community and defend IVF and protect the patients. Now on to the next award. As a board member for Resolve, I hear from the staff about all the work that is happening and the milestones we're reaching as an organization. As a physician with U.S. Fertility, I see that work in action, whether it's knowing more patients have access to insurance coverage or feeling emotionally supported while in treatment. You probably witnessed Resolve's mission too. But did you know that so much of what is happening in our local communities is because of a Resolve volunteer? Our volunteers are the heart and soul of our organization, and there are thousands of them nationwide. The Hope Award for Service recognizes a Resolve volunteer whose actions touch every part of Resolve's mission. Let's meet this year's honoree.
When looking for someone wearing all the volunteer hats for Resolve, look to Sue Johnston. For decades, Sue has embraced every part of Resolve's mission, whether it's running a Resolve support group, answering national helpline calls, organizing DIY walks of hope, or participating in Resolve's Federal Advocacy Day as an advocate and state captain for Michigan. This tireless volunteer is also leadership board member of the Michigan Fertility Alliance and helped to create the first ever Michigan Infertility Advocacy Day in 2021. It has become an annual event to promote pro-family building legislation in Michigan. Sue Johnston took her infertility experience and gave back to others through her book, Detours: Unexpected Journeys of Hope Conceived from Infertility. In it, Sue shares inspirational stories of her warrior friends met through Resolve over 30 years ago. Through the years and her DIY fundraising efforts, Sue and her community have raised more than $45,000 for Resolve's mission. For her volunteer's heart, Resolve proudly honors Sue Johnston.
Sue, you and your special guest, please come up and accept your award.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you.
so very much. I want to take a moment to introduce to you my son, Scott. This is what my miracle baby looks like after 28 years. He is my inspiration, my heart and soul behind what motivates me to serve the infertility community. And thank you to Resolve for choosing me to be this year's award recipient for service. Receiving this award is truly the greatest honor of my lifetime. It's challenging to put into words the impact that Resolve has had in my life. Little did I know when I walked through the doors of my first Resolve meeting over 3 decades ago that I'd utilize the devastating disease of infertility as an instrument for advocacy, support, and purpose. Resolve became my lifeline then, and over the years, giving back has changed my life for the better. When I look back on my 6 decades here on this earth, I've had a number of triumphs and tragedies, but nothing has thrown me into a off balance, I should say, as much as my decade-long struggle to build my family. So I thought I'd share this little-known fact about myself. When I was a young girl, my parents had a farm where we lived during the summer months. My father was into breeding Appaloosa horses, and I would green break the horses before we sold them. One can't be involved with saddle breaking horses without being thrown off from time to time. But I'd always get back up, and I'd ride that horse. Years later, infertility was like a wild and unpredictable horse. And it threw me into the worst downward spiral of my life. And after that long, difficult ride, I could have put my painful journey in a box and never looked back. However, I was called to serve. I wanted others to know that they were not alone if they found themselves facing infertility. I am constantly amazed by the content of character I find in the people whom I meet through my Resolve support groups. My infertility warriors are the most resilient, compassionate, and dedicated people I've ever met. Serving has given me a depth of meaning to my life that I never thought imaginable. So tonight, I would like to dedicate this award to my infertility warriors. They are my true and lasting reward. In closing, if you ever find yourself thrown off balance in life, get back up, look that horse in the eye, and get comfortable in the saddle. Then ride that horse until you find your purpose. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for this incredible honor. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage from Organon, U.S. Fertility Business Unit Lead, Mike Polyvan.
Good evening, everyone. When you face infertility, you need courage. The courage to face the unknown, the disappointment, even the courage to face the hope during the process. But some people also need the courage to speak up and raise their voice when no one else is. When Regina Townsend sat in the waiting room of her clinic or went online to find information about her infertility, she noticed something was missing. People, voices, and stories that look like hers. So Regina set out to be the change she wanted to see in the world. Let's take a look at her work over the last decade.
As a blog in 2009, The Broken Brown Egg was created to inform, empower, and advocate for those that may not have previously been heard. Founder Regina Townsend understood that there were individuals and couples of color experiencing reproductive health issues. Yet, for cultural or social reasons, either remained silent or were left out of the conversations completely. Regina Townsend, at that time, was one of the few patient advocates speaking out about the Black experience and infertility. A committed attendee at Resolve's Advocacy Day, she is a leader bringing a voice and awareness to Black women and men and their infertility stories. Regina Townsend has been interviewed or quoted in the New York Times, O Magazine, USA Today, BBC News, The Atlantic, and a panelist for American Society for Reproductive Medicine. She is also an award-winning youth librarian and the author of her poignant memoir, Make IF Make Sense. Regina enjoys a strong social media presence and is a tireless advocate encouraging her followers to raise their voice. Resolve is proud to honor awareness leader and advocate Regina Townsend.
When Organon launched, we did so with a promise to listen to women because we believe health begins when we hear her. And Regina, we are listening. On behalf of U.S. Organon, I'm honored to present the Hope Award for Achievement to Broken Brown Egg. Regina, please come up and accept your award.
I designed that logo in Canva. Coming up here, I think about the many times my report cards would come back and say she needs to exercise self-control and stop talking so much. And how the administrators in my high school told my mother at my National Honor Society induction, we love her, but can you talk to her about how she talks to us? Tonight, I would like to start by saying to my grandmother, Minnie Lee Hudson Sawyer, who taught me service and kindness, but didn't know how to advocate for her own health. I honor you. For Henrietta Lacks, whose cells led to the very treatments that we're now working for access to, I thank you and I honor you. For Ophelia Settle Egypt, who took the time to understand the importance of voice, choice, and advocacy in Black women's reproductive rights. Thank you. For Betsy, Lucy, and Anarcha, whose bodies bore the literal weight of progressing gynecological care, I thank you. For Calais, for Nichelle Poston, for Fertility for Colored Girls, for the K Foundation, for the Sister Girl Network, for Indo Black, for the White Dress Project, and for every woman of color who pushes for excellence out of necessity, but cannot understand why this one thing that we've been told we do almost in excess is elusive. I thank you and I honor you. For my sisters of the Broken Brown Eggs, 2 shell-shocked support groups, for the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and for the sisters of ChocolateBrides.com, who were the first Black women to talk to me about infertility. I stand for you, I stand for us, I stand here for the ones who have nowhere to turn and just want to be heard. I'm speaking for you and I will not close my mouth. Thank you to the entire staff of Resolve, to my dear friends Barbara and Rebecca, who have been caring comrades of the Broken Brown Egg since 2010. Thank you to my friends and allies in this community who work tirelessly alongside me to share the message that while the pain of infertility is universal, its image and access to care is just not, and that we can change that. To my board members, I thank you for supporting this vision. To my family, those here in the room, my cousin Jay, my husband Jabari, and my mother Kimberly, and those watching from home in Chicago, I thank you for hearing me, supporting me, and riding with me. And to my son, who many feel is my happy ending, but whom I instead choose to think of as a purpose, Judah Emmanuel Townsend, I thank you for teaching me that happy ending is not the baby. It is self-love and the willingness to speak truth to power, as he often does to me. Thank you all so, so much. To God be the glory for the things he has done. Thank you.
Just heard from Regina Townsend. Regina Townsend, she gives a sermon, doesn't she? It is because of women like Regina Townsend that welcomed me into this space. So I thank her with grace and with sisterhood for paving the path that I now walk on. So this has been a night of inspiration for me, seeing how connected this community is and how we fight together for a common cause. My friend Regina, as I said, has been in this for so long, and I need to share that what an inspiration she is to me, to you. I hope that you continue to pass on. We are so proud to acknowledge her in this way. We need to make sure that all voices are heard. Now, we have one more award before you get to head out to the afterglow party. I started that early for you, y'all. To present, please welcome back my dear friend, Barb Calora, and for the first time tonight, Resolve board member Kevin Hagan, back to the stage.
Thank you, Calais. This has been a fantastic evening filled with celebration for all of our honorees. On behalf of Resolve's Board of Directors, I want to personally thank each and every one in this audience and in our home audience for your support and energy this evening and for your continued commitment to fight with resolve for access to care. And I challenge you as you leave tonight to try to match the energy and passion of our final honoree. Joy Lewin has been a fixture in this community for decades. Her career at Faring is not only impressive from a business standpoint, but from a patient advocacy standpoint, it's like no other.
Yeah, and we all, so many people in this room know Joy because her connections run very deep. So many of us have been inspired by her drive, her knowledge, her innovation. Resolve has been on the receiving end of all of that. But don't just take our word for it. Let's hear from some of Joy's biggest fans.
So I can't think of anyone who deserves this award more than Joy Lewin, because she embodies everything you'd want in a kind, compassionate, and strong leader. She has the interpersonal skills, she has the inspiration, the vision, the dedication, the devotion. She has everything that you would need in a leader.
Joy started the Faring Heartbeat program. This program was designed to help oncofertility patients navigate the challenges associated with fertility preservation. And it was Joy's mission to make sure that those patients were able to get the medications that they need in a very time-sensitive fashion.
Her biggest power is her voice. And I say that because she is vocal in what she believes in, but she also has a strong voice to support people, the industry, projects, and she uses her voice in many ways to move things along that are going to give people access to care.
Joy's power in the infertility community is one that I would describe of fierce advocacy and also of connection.
I think she is the Kevin Bacon of infertility in the sense that there are 6 degrees of separation between Joy and everyone in our space.
Well, something that you may not know about my mom is, believe it or not, with all of her passion, her energy in the fertility space and the work that she does and her go, go, go mentality, she does actually love a good beach and a good beach vacation.
Congratulations, Joy. I can't think of anyone who is more deserving of this award tonight.
So Joy, I just wanted to wish you congratulations tonight. You deserve every bit of joy that you have given everyone in this room and our entire community in our space. It should all come back to you, all those years of service, devotion, and dedication.
So Joy, I love you. You are the most incredible woman, mentor, leader, human that I know, and there's no one more deserving than this award. So congratulations, I love you, and look forward to celebrating with you tonight.
Mom, I'm so proud of you for being this year's recipient of the Barbara Eck Founders Award. I can't think of anybody more deserving of this incredible, special honor. Ellie, Caitlin, and I are so proud of you. We love you.
Congratulations, Joy!
It is an honor to present this year's Barbara Eck Founders Award to Joy Lewin. Joy, please.
And those of you who know me, that's not a thing that I do. As Khalees said, I'm never going to shut up. And those that have worked with me all these years, you know that as well. I'm deeply touched by that video. And Jesse, how did you not tell me you did that? Anyway, seriously, thank you for all those kind words that you've shared with me. Thank you, Resolve, not only for this incredible honor, but especially for all the important work that you do. And thank you to everyone here tonight that we can all achieve together. And that's how we're successful, because we collaborate and work together. And I've worked with so many of you that are sitting in this room tonight for so many years, and not only shared our professional memories and successes, but also personal ones with your families, your children, graduation, marriages, and now grandchildren. That's how old I am. How exciting, how rewarding the work that we do. Together, we help people, couples, realize their greatest dreams. Each one of you sitting in the room here tonight, in your own way, offer compassion, support, and hope during their journeys. And we get to help fill the hearts and homes with love as we help build families. I'm so grateful for this honor, knowing that I am being recognized for doing work that I love. How often does one in their lifetime receive an award for following what you love to do, your passion? I suppose an award for shopping is out of the question. As has been shared, I've been working in this fertility space for many years. First with my Organon colleagues, where I worked for more than 2 decades, and now at Ferring for 12 years. And thank you to Mike DeZamba, who's sitting here today in the audience, for giving me this opportunity that turned out to be a dream career. And Ferring, for allowing me to take my crazy ideas and turn them into programs that impact the market and, more importantly, our patients. And my team at Ferring, and my friends and my family, and my son Jesse. I can't thank you enough. But I've watched this field develop new technologies. I've watched improving pregnancy rates and expand access to care. I've been a front row seat. I've had this front row seat to all of these changes. I've witnessed ideas become research, research become new therapies, and these therapies become hope, and ultimately dreams become realized for countless numbers of families. There's so many highlights that I've had the joy of experiencing in my career, but being honored tonight, certainly the Barbara Eck Founders Award is certainly one of them. All of us in this room committing to help women, families on their journey. Collectively, we're impacting the lives of people every single day, all of you in this room. Some of you have helped hundreds, thousands. Think of those numbers. What could be more powerful? By spending the night tonight, the evening tonight, celebrating and supporting such wonderful work with equally compassionate and committed people, I can't think of anything better. So again, thank you. It's been a great ride. We've only just begun, and as Khalees said, I'm never gonna shut up. And thank you for this incredible honor. Thank you.
Wow. All right, here we are, everyone. Another night of hope is almost in the books. Do not get up yet. Do not get up. It's been an amazing night, and I want to go back to something I said earlier. There is something bigger happening beyond the walls of this building. While today it's all about celebration, we cannot end the evening without reminding us all that threats to IVF and the rights of our community are growing. These threats are growing. There will be a fight ahead of us that Resolve has probably never seen since we first started fighting personhood in 2008. We are all going to need to come together to help raise the voices of our community, those patient voices, and we need to protect access to IVF. That is why tonight we are announcing Resolve's Fight for Families campaign. This will be a major campaign that will amplify our advocacy efforts in states where we must defend IVF. You are the first to hear about this, and we hope you will help us spread the word as we begin to share it very widely in the coming days and weeks. So I want to thank you in advance for your support, and remember, you heard it here first. Thank you. All right, Chloe and Calais, you want to help me wrap this thing up? What a fun night. I want to just say before I forget, please, can we have a round of applause for the Resolve staff team that are here tonight, working all kinds of magic. what an incredible team and staff we have at Resolve, and I'm so honored and grateful to work with them every day. Just amazing group. So how much money did you guys raise? Because that was pretty awesome. What did you guys do?
It was $510,000.
I want to thank all of you. I want to thank our sponsors, the individuals who bought tickets, all of the companies that are here. I am so grateful for all of your support. I want to congratulate our honorees. Weren't they an amazing group of individuals, organizations, and companies, including Calais. Yes, yes, yes. We are going to have an Afterglow reception. We do not want you to miss that. Thank you to our Afterglow sponsor at CCRM. Please stay and mingle and enjoy yourselves. We invite you to stick around, have another drink, and say hello to everybody. And by the way, the centerpieces on the tables, you can take home with you. If anyone would like to do that, they said, please tell them that. Thank you, thank you. We hope to see all of you back here next year. Bye-bye.
This is my fight song. Take my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My powers turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. Say I'm in too deep. And it's been 2 years. I miss my home, but there's a fire burning.